Hi murid-murid. Okay, for class today, I'm going to be showing you how to make the most basic cold process soap so that later on you can make soaps like this. So the first thing that you need to know is to make cold process soap from scratch, right? You will need a sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is something that's going to create the saponification process so that all your oils will turn into soap. The first thing you have to do is you have to dilute the sodium hydroxide flakes first. So we'll be using room temperature water here and we'll be adding in the flakes in. Now, sodium hydroxide is very caustic, so make sure to wear gloves when you're handling it. You don't want your skin to terkena lah. So when you add the sodium hydroxide into water, what's going to happen, the water is going to heat up to really hot, about 100 degrees. So just leave it for a while and mix it sekali-sekala. So just make sure that when you are using any spoon, do not use any aluminium based spoon because they will berkarat and become black. Once the lye solution already sejuk, you can just keep it aside and let's proceed to the next. Prepare your oil mixture. So we usually use things like coconut oil, palm oil, olive oil and castor oil. So all these recipes I've listed in the caption below. Now I like to use these because it creates a nice bubbly and cleansing soap, but if you wanted to change any of these, you'll have to go through the soap calculator once again. But if you don't have any formulation knowledge, please don't change it. Or if you wanted to learn more about this, we do have physical classes in Subang Jaya that we teach. These classes are mostly for people who want to start business, so if you're not someone who's planning to do business, I would suggest just follow the existing recipes that we have and try doing it. So anyway, once all this is done, start preparing your oil mixture. So we'll pour in all our oil and then finally we'll be pouring in the lye yang dah sejuk tadi. Again, do check out our caption because I'll be listing in all the recipes below so you can just follow. So here we are adding in finally our lye solution, and after the lye solution is added in, you just mix it with a hand blender. Now if hand blender you tak ada, you can always use a whisk. Anything is fine as long as you achieve trace. Trace is where the oil and water have mixed and it will not separate anymore lah. So there is different kind of traces. Here we are going for light trace. Once already achieved trace, we'll be adding in our essential oil or fragrance oil. You can add any of it, and then after that we are also going to be adding in a little bit of color. You can omit the color if you want, but because I wanted to show you how to make basic soap here, I've just added in the color. After that, just stir it and you can prepare your mold pula. For mold, you can use any mold that you want as long as it's silicone, so it's easier to remove. So here we are using a regular 1 kilo rectangle mold and we will be sanitizing it first with rubbing alcohol. Now the reason why we sanitize it first with rubbing alcohol is to make sure that all the bacteria and molds are dead before we add in our soap lah, kalau tak rosak, you know. Now that we have done sanitizing it, we are going to be pouring in our soap batter tadi. So just pour it in slowly. Just make sure that you pour in slowly so that there is no any air bubbles that's trapped. Once already pour in, just leave it for about 24 to 48 hours and then you can unmold it. Unmold it only when it's not sticking to your silicone mold anymore. So here I'm showing you a different soap because we didn't manage to take the video for the last soap that we made. So anyway, after about 48 hours, you can already cut the soap, but you can't use it. You can only use it after 4 to 6 weeks. So usually after already potong it, just make sure to air dry it and then lepas 4 to 6 weeks baru pack it if you wanted to sell it. So here is how you make all these soaps. Of course, these soaps have got colors, so you can just check out all our videos, previous videos, or even our future videos, which we will be sharing all the recipes and ways to make it more attractive and color. Again, all these materials are sold in SoapLab Malaysia, so you can always contact us to purchase. And if you have any other question or inquiries, or if you wanted to join any of our classes, do contact us. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video where I'll be showing you how to put in frozen milk or juices and so on into your soap.